Why should anyone subscribe to your channel? Hi everyone, it's Dr. T and I'm back. And today I'm completely excited to be with you. You can see that pelvic model over there. That's the pelvic model that I had unboxed in the previous video. So just hold on. I will definitely go through that pelvic model shortly and I'll take you through all of the anatomical structures and what it looks like. It's just that, I don't know, you tell me. Right now I'm filming with my iPhone 11. It's not even the iPhone 11 Pro. So it's got those two camera lenses. And I feel that without necessarily placing a filter, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of filter effect because my skin looks pretty good. Anyways, I just want to wait until maybe I get a crisper camera, which is going to happen shortly, in order for me to go through the anatomical structures on this bad boy. And I'm just completely excited. You already know. And if you are new to my channel and you don't know what me, Dr. T, is about, just please take a look at my last video and you'll see how crazy I went over unboxing that video. Okay, so that said, I was going through YouTube, trying to become more familiar with it, trying to become more familiar with editing, and again, really trying to hone my message and really trying to understand like who's out there, who's new as well, what are other people doing? And lo and behold, I came across a new YouTuber challenge. And I said to myself, this is what I've got to do. Let me do this first before I get my better camera so that I can actually go and do some proper representation of this beautiful pelvic floor model. And then maybe this will allow you to get to know me a little bit more and give you a little bit more insights and background. And hopefully if this channel does grow, then in the future, I'll actually be able to do a proper sit down question and answer. And then of course you can tell me what you want to know about myself or what you want to see as content. Now, I'm an older millennial. Yes, I'm a millennial. And I was taking a look at all the other YouTubers and then with this new YouTube channel, and they were actually reading off of their phones. And I was like, well, how am I going to do this? I'm actually using my iPhone to actually film. So I'm going to have to write it down on a piece of paper using a pen. And I was like, yes, I love this. I love digital and I love tech and I like all of these new electronics that you can use. But as an older millennial, this pen and paper is my go-to. So I've written down all of the questions, at least from the new YouTuber challenge, and I'm going to get through it. Let's see. So then how did I specifically learn about this new YouTuber challenge? So I'm actually going to do a shout out here. The YouTuber I got the inspiration from was Poco Loco Tabitha. Poco Loco Tabitha, and she's a brand new YouTuber and she's in England, and I happened to be watching one of her videos. Hi Tabitha, all the way in England. You did a great job with your tag. I thought it was completely awesome, completely inspired me. You never know who's watching. Anyways, you did a fantastic job. So I hope I could do something as good as yourself. Anyways, let's get into it. So the very first question is, what is my name? So my name is Tanaka Dune, and Tanaka is spelled T-A-N-A-K-A, and the last name is Dune. Now, technically, Dune is how you actually say my last name, but for the most part, I just go by Tanaka Dune. Dune is D-U-N-E. So it's an interesting name. It's one of those names that you actually take a look on a sheet or you actually take a look on a CV and you're like, who's Tanaka Dune? What kind of name is that? I personally think that my name is cool. It's very interesting because I know that Tanaka is a very common last name in Japan. And interestingly, there's a bunch of Tanakas in this world, both male and female. It's one of those names that can go either way. I think it's pretty unique. And I think that, in the future, I'll tell you more about my name and its meaning. So the next question is, where are you from? Ooh. So I literally am from this world, from I think every corner ultimately at this point. So I was born in Southern Africa and spent some time living in England, spent some time living in the United States, grew up in Canada, went back to the United States, living in Australia, and, I have passage to different continents. And I am incredibly fortunate for the experiences that I have from being able to experience different cultures, live in different places. And again, I'll probably do that in a future question and answer as my channel grows. Hopefully the channel will grow. So the next question is, how tall are you? Am I gonna really put that out there, how tall I am? I'm proud of how tall I am. It's taken me a long time to get proud of how tall I am. I'm 5 feet, all of 5 feet, and I'm completely happy with that. I'm on the short side, I accept it. The next question is, how many siblings do I have? I have 2 fantastic siblings. My siblings are the smartest people that I know. My sister, she is beyond amazing, and my brother is one of the smartest dudes and most thoughtful dudes that I could have ever encountered. And hopefully sometime soon in the future, you guys will be able to meet them. I'm the oldest, and we all pretty much have similar personalities in terms of how we speak and how we engage. And so that's a little something. So is this your first channel? Absolutely. I've never done this before. This is my first channel. Why should anyone subscribe to your channel? Anyone who subscribes to my channel, and I think largely right now, it's a bunch of my friends. Anyone that subscribes to my channel is incredibly interested in learning a different facet of medicine, maybe exploring medicine in a different way, or at least engaging with medical topics in a different way. In addition to that, I am so keen and so excited about talking about different topics in life, really topical items that I think that many people excel at and many people struggle with. And I really want my channel to be able to touch upon some of those points. And then lastly, I want to be a voice for the people in the middle, if that's even such a thing. I think the way a lot of things are portrayed in the media is a lot of horror, a lot of tough things, a lot of offbeat items, etc., and or celebrity. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in the middle, and I just want to be part of that voice and actually to uplift that voice. I'm definitely what I perceive to be someone that's certainly right in the middle of things, and I am nowhere near any type of celebrity, and I'm also nowhere near any type of major tragedy occurring on a daily basis. And so still, the voices of the individuals in the middle, I think, can be incredibly inspirational and also are legitimately items to be discussed and heard. And so for those reasons, I think that maybe people might be interested in subscribing to my channel. I think that would be the coolest thing since sliced bread. So the next question is, where do you see yourself and your channel in 5 years' time? You know, this is such an interesting question. I'm gonna have to do a video about the 5-year plan sometime in the future. I never was one to have a 5-year plan and or, I guess, forced to be categorized or put myself in any particular category and say that this is what I want to do and I want to achieve in 5 years, in 3 years, in 1 year. What I do know is that as you go through certain programs, for example, I was an undergraduate student, and then I was a medical student. Subsequently, I was a resident, and then I was a fellow, and then now I'm an attending, also known as a consultant in medicine. And each of those different levels of study had prescribed timeframes. And so for the longest time, I would adjust myself according to those timeframes. However, globally, when you take a look at what I believe my purpose to be and or what I would like to see myself to be in the future, and how I would like to engage with the world and what my message would be or what can I do for the world, I think that it's very difficult to put it into these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year plans. I do believe that you have to be prepared when opportunity strikes. And I think that that's something that Oprah says all of the time. And however, there's another aspect of it that I do believe is just plain luck. I mean, how did that opportunity get there? The fact that you were prepared for it is incredibly important, but you know, that's for another video. And I think that that's a larger thing to talk about, because I never want to be circumscribed within any type of specific constraints or agenda for my own life. And so I think it's a difficult question to ask about a 5-year plan. Obviously, you want to see good things. You want to see channel growth, and you want to see amazing content, and you want to see supreme engagement with my audience, etc. Now, certainly, if those things happened in 5 years, oh my goodness, I would be so happy. However, at the same time, while keeping within reality and keeping within the truth of oneself, you never know if that's going to happen. So on a daily basis, what I try to do is the best that I can do that day. Literally, even if it means getting up, getting out of bed, brushing my teeth and making it to work, and or talking to a friend or going to dinner. Oh, as soon as these COVID restrictions come off, these very important restrictions, by the way. But that said, I think that it's really important, at least I'm trying to make sure that I understand this, to take things day by day. Certainly there's things that you have to apply for the long term. But again, I think that I think that this topic is really something that's important for a future video. So I'll delve into that into the future. So the next question is, what inspired you to start making YouTube videos? I love talking to people, and I never get enough of it. And I love educating people. And I also love to make sure that individuals are represented. Again, we see either the stark, the bleak, or the super celebrity, but there's voices and stories of regular folk, just like you and me, right in the middle, that I really would like to tap into. There's a lot about medicine that individuals do not know, that at least I could provide a little bit of information with regards to that, but also to engage, like I said previously, in questions with regards to life, and then also just being a voice and a representative and or a conduit for the most interesting stories, hopefully, that I'll be able to discuss with and engage with other individuals on this channel. So that's my reasoning for starting that channel. You know, I think there's something else. I think that there also is circumscribed ways of getting information out and or engaging with media. And the reason I also started this YouTube channel is that this is a way that I could engage with other individuals without maybe having to wait this long line to enter preset pathways in order to enter media, and also to engage with other individuals. Certainly one-on-one engagements, for example, in my office, are completely amazing. But what I found is that many more people can be reached on a wider platform when you do something like YouTube. I remember it was Travis Stork from The Doctors who had actually said that one of the common things that we have with each other is healthcare, and healthcare matters. And so to engage with the larger audience and to provide any type of educational, teaching, discussion, points of interest is something that he wanted to do. And when I heard him say that, I said, absolutely. I mean, I'm not on any show or anything like that, but certainly, potentially I can carve out my little niche here on YouTube and have this voice, and let's see where it takes me. So the next question is, who are your favorite YouTubers, please? That's easy. That's Patricia Bright, that's Casey Neistat, that's Nikki Tutorial, Sydney Black, Jackie Aina, Lydia Elise Millen, Graham Stefan, Tech Lead, and a whole bunch more. I am subscribed to so many people, and the bravery that these individuals have shown, plus others that I have not mentioned, is incomprehensible to me. And I definitely look up to these individuals as to how they've led the way on YouTube and the other platforms that they engage with audiences. So what does your username mean? My username is Dr. Tanaka Dune. It means my name. The next question is, what's the best thing about YouTube? And I think that the best thing about YouTube is literally what I have just mentioned previously. So I don't know if there's anything more that I wanted to add to that. Really being able to give a voice to individuals who don't have media contracts and don't have their own television shows, but want to say something, want to engage with the audience and with the community, build a community, and to be able to give voice to others that otherwise wouldn't have necessarily been heard. What's the worst thing about YouTube? So what's the worst thing about YouTube? The worst thing about YouTube, I think, is number one, that fear of putting yourself out there. Number two, the comment section. Woo, cross my fingers. I hope that for the most part, we can all continue to be as good as we can to others. Obviously, people will have different opinions, and not every person has to like you, and that's totally okay. But I think that one of the worst parts is that, you hear about individuals that can sometimes just be out to not necessarily be the friendliest. And so I hope that's kept to a super minimum. And I think that if anything, that would be the worst part about YouTube. Well, finally, what is your channel about? So I think I've said it a couple of things, but I think that ultimately this is a perfect spot to wrap up. But I think my channel is about a variety of things. Certainly those elements in medicine that I think are super cool and that I can bring a new approach as to how to see certain elements within medicine. In addition to that, topical life issues that I think that are interesting, and also getting feedback from my audience and my future audience with regards to what they would like to see me discuss on this channel, and also specifically to give a voice to those in the middle. There it is, all done. I got through it. That was my first YouTuber tag. Thank you so much at Poco Loco Tabitha for also previously participating in the tag. I knew that I wanted to do something like this. And again, I promise you, I will get back to that pelvic model. I just want to make sure that I have a better camera so that I could actually take you through all of the anatomical structures and make sure that everything that I see is as clear to you guys. But anyways, let me know what you think. Put some questions in the comment section, and in the future I definitely will have a sit down, get to know me that's a little bit more in depth, including my entire pathway and how I have been around this world. But regardless, at the end of the day, I'm so grateful to you guys. I'm so grateful to the YouTube platform, and I honestly think that this is going to be a wild and exciting ride. Anyways, it's Dr. T, and I'll see you next week. See you guys.